Yeah, now this is nice. You all know it's light because it's partially carbon fiber. Now if you want to go even lighter, you know, and use your camera without a cage, which is what I want to do, you can do that, but I'm running into a problem. When you put this onto balance, and sometimes when you turn the focus motor, this happens. It twists because that's just one screw, you know. And then there are also some cages that cannot use two of the holes on these there plates, so they're also using one screw. But I'm going to show you how to turn all this stuff into anti-twist. This is the first thing you want. It's the Small Rig 3162 plate. It's new. An advantage with this plate is, if you can see, it has all these slots and you can put screws in each of these slots, right? So for cages that don't take two screws with their plate, you can always, it doesn't matter the brand of cage, you can definitely always get two screws in that. Disclaimer number one, this anti-twist thing, it's not going to work with the Pocket 6K and some other cameras. You'll see why. Okay, this is the next thing you want. I have the Small Rig one. You all know what this is. I think so. It's a rod holder. But the one you want is the cam bait version, simply because it is 70 mil long. It's longer than the Small Rig one. The Small Rig one does work, but you want this one. Now I'm going to show you how to combine all this stuff and make just your camera anti-twist. Disclaimer number two, Pocket 4K people and other cameras, you've got to be using a speed booster or an adapter or something similar. Okay, now we have the cam bait one. This is where you'd normally put in your screws, you know, and this is what it would look like. But we don't want to do that. We want to attach it this way. It's quite important that we have this bit pointing up when it's reversed. There's a reason for it, you'll see now. Let's first attach it. Get a screw. Attach it to the adapter. Make sure it's straight, which it is now, you know. So we're pretty much done with this bit. Now this is where the other plate comes into play. It's very important, the Small Rig that we spoke about. Now we can attach it, and in doing so you can push it right against this plate, make it flush. Tighten that, come back, tighten this. Now because there's quite a lot of surface area and it's this, there is just no way you cannot, with one screw, now you cannot twist this. And here's the other advantage. You flip it over. Not only do we have an anti-twist one screw on a plate, this is a 15mm rod adapter holder. See the advantage. Okay, so now let's put it on the gimbal. Now I know I'm not balanced at the moment, but I just want to show you some stuff. This is why we needed this to point up this way, because if it points down, you start hitting these things. I mean, it's a really nice gimbal, but there's so many little quirky things that are little annoyances, but you can overcome pretty much all of them. So now let's insert a rod. And an advantage with this having a ratcheting screw is I've now added, this really is a 15mm rod, because that's a 15mm adapter. So you can actually do it with your nano motor, but for the sake of this tutorial we're adding, you know, their motor. So that's 12mm to 15mm. Check my other video on how to adapt these rods. So we do have all this clearance space, so it's really easy, you know, to put this on and off. And with this being much closer, whichever rod you're using, no bend, no flex. So yeah, that's a pretty good way of doing it. And there's also still no twisting. So that's how to do it.